Hello, my beautiful souls. How are we doing? Welcome to the intuitive card reading for the week of, January 13th through 19th. Okay, guys, welcome. I feel like it's still appropriate to say Happy New Year, but so Happy New Year. What do we got going on here? Please like this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed already. Please share this video with anybody that needs to hear the intuitive messages for the week. And what else? I'm using 4 decks this time. No new decks that you guys don't know about. Shuffled and in order that feels intuitively good. Okay, let's see what the week has in store for us. If you guys haven't already, check out the monthly for January 2025 and check out the yearly too. It's not too late still. Guys, forgive me. I'm still not speaking correctly, but all right. Anyway, let's begin. What's going on for this week? Okay, we have need. All right, Hermit, retreat, recharge. All right, very interesting. So this is telling us that we need to go in. This could be physical too, environmental, meaning that we actually need to physically stay in. So maybe canceling some social events will be much needed for us this week. Maybe events will automatically be canceled. We might feel like we need to be a little bit more introspective because the Hermit is always about introspective and reflections. So very interesting to see what comes in the reflect spot here. But this is basically saying that we really need to, retreat a little bit, and that's okay, to recharge. So I know last week we kind of left off with needing to protect our energy a little bit. So it doesn't surprise me knowing that that's what we kind of ended up with. And now we're beginning this week with a little bit of Hermit energy. So, all right, what about action needed? We have guide upside down, places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. Okay, places financial control. All right, so this is not, instead of it being in the light, which would be an appropriate type of guide, which would be to be a little bit more hands-off, be a little bit more, guide is sometimes a little bit similar to like mentor. This is basically saying that we're trying to control things a little bit too much. And so basically it's coming under action needed. This is telling us that we need to really kind of lay off that a little bit. So if you've got some controlling energy, and especially this is feeling like with other people, because we can obviously try to control or oh God, I can't speak tonight, guys. We're trying to control. It's very possible we could be trying to control our own outcomes, but I definitely do feel like there's this energy of other people. So instead of like being their guide, you're really trying to control their experience, their own outcomes, things like that. So, it could be for various reasons. I know the card says, but we don't always take them literally what the card says, but it says financial gain. Maybe it has something to do with your finances or their finances, or are you gaining money from it? But, I don't feel that way intuitively. There could be other reasons, but, most of the time when we try to control, it's not necessarily from such, a negative, well, maybe that's not the right word, but it doesn't come from a manipulative place. It could just come from, maybe that's all we know, or, that's what we default to. That's what we autopilot because that we've been controlled in our lives in some way, shape, or form, something like that. Fear of outcome, fear of the unknown. So we try to control. So basically, Spirit is saying we need to kind of lay off that energy, especially when it comes to other people. So if you feel like you're trying to dictate other people's decisions or outcomes or life in some way, shape, or form, Spirit is saying lay off, okay? And Spirit tells us the truth, right? Okay, issue, co-create. Okay, so we're having issues co-creating. Oh, I don't love this because, it corresponds with manifestation and partnership and creating with others and collaborative type work. So we're having issues, whatever situation you're in. I know this is a reading for the collective, so each one of you could have a different, could mean different things for different individuals. But we're having issues trying to make something happen, trying to create something. So this could be an interruption in our creativity process, meaning that we're really trying to get something done, or we're trying to co-create with like another individual, and we're just having issues doing that, whether they're difficult, you're difficult, somebody's trying to control, maybe we have that guide in the shadow, but we're just having issues trusting, Again, another reason why we could be controlling. So there's definitely some issues there with manifesting and getting the things that we want this week. So just know that we have weeks like that, and we're all human, and that just happens where we just, hit a wall with our manifestations, or feeling like things are not coming to fruition, or we're not getting the things that we want, or we're not, again, creating partnership, co-creating within a partnership. Could be romance, an actual, your actual partner, your romantic partner, having trouble in that area, trying to make something happen within that area, that kind of thing. So we're definitely having issues there. All right, what else is challenging for us? Fragility. Okay, so fragility means like handle with care. Sometimes this could indicate like oversensitivity. It could indicate feeling, oh boy, I feel like glass for the last 3.5 years, basically. Like, I just feel like anything could like take me down, basically. So just like not feeling the strongest, or not feeling of strength, basically. So we're having challenges feeling not the strongest. We're feeling a little bit oversensitive. We might be feeling like we can't necessarily do it. That we don't necessarily have that power, and that's not a powerless feeling, basically, is coming through here. I don't love this, guys. Oh, I'm not loving this so far. So all I can say, guys, is you definitely do have the power. Again, you guys are human. You're allowed to feel like you're very helpless. It's a very normal thing for us to go through, and it looks like a lot of us are going through it this week. But oversensitivity. So maybe you guys could really. Now it's making sense why hermits came under need here, and came, the first card out of the deck here is because, we might want to limit any external stimuli, especially if we're feeling overstimulated already, or oversensitive in general. So look, guys, I know there's people out there that say things like it's not a good idea to, ignore your triggers, or, try not to get triggered because they can tell you where you still need to heal, et cetera, et cetera. I totally understand that. And I'm always for working on yourself, healing, all of that stuff. However, sometimes it's just too much, and that's okay. It's like okay for it to be too much. And that's kind of what Spirit is saying here. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to be too much this weekend, and it's okay. It's okay to feel fragile. It's okay to feel not at your 100% strength. It's okay. It's definitely going to be a challenging week in that area. So if you're oversensitive, to criticism, or anything that triggers you, it's okay to step back and again go into hermit mode. But just know that you're not exactly going to be feeling like you're at the top of your game, essentially, in that area. So it's okay. And I'm speaking to you, my empaths, okay, all my sensitive souls out there. It's really tough, and I don't love hearing this, but okay. Change. Autumn, release the old and rest. Yes. Okay, something that I'm liking. Okay, good. Autumn, release the old and rest. Great. So this is about releasing some of the old stuff. We're in a new year. We're in the year of the 9. We're in the year of the snake. Even though there's not a snake, there's a crow, which also symbolizes death and rebirth. But this one is saying rest too. So we're shedding our old skin still. We're releasing the old, and that's what's changing. So we might be in that process. It might not be so cut and dry, but we're definitely in that process for sure of letting go of things that don't align with us. And I'm a sucker for change. I'm more inclined to change. I'm a Gemini. and I have ADHD, so I love all the deaths and the rebirths. I've been through so many deaths and rebirths in my life, and so it's exciting for me, but I know it could be really difficult for other people, but I see it in a positive way for you guys, in general, for the collective. All right, what do we need to focus on? We need to focus on, what did I say with the guide? The guide and the mentor are very similar, and this came in the shadow as well. Very interesting. Inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. Okay, same type of energy. Very interesting, guys. So it's saying to focus on that. So there's something here where we're trying to control, and we're not necessarily letting the other person live their life. We're not letting the other person dictate what they want. We're not letting the person choose. We're trying, like almost like we're trying to choose for them, or we're trying to control, again, their outcome or their choices. And we're not, like there's this weird thing where we want them to still be dependent on us. Guys, I'm just getting this now intuitively. You guys know I read intuitively. This could be very, very potent for people that have children, or obviously if you still have living parents, or if you still talk to your parents. It's kind of like that child-parent dynamic that's almost feels like this could be talking about this here. So we might there might be some issues when it comes to parenting. Again, whether you were the child or the parent, or really both, or either. Where there seems to be like a controlling factor, not necessarily letting them fly with their own wings, do their own thing, be the best that they can be, and make their own choices, kind of thing. Like there's, again, that desire and that need to control, which is not great. So we need to kind of focus on releasing that, is what it's saying here. So interesting there. You can't make this stuff up, right? Like two of the same energies coming out in the same reading means we really need to pay attention to it. Okay, what do we need to reflect on? Why? Okay, I love when we get a question for reflect, because basically, and it's a perfect time to reflect, we're going to be in hermit mode to recharge. Why always signifies like self-awareness, getting to the root cause of things. So this could be for anything, okay? Why you do what you do. Why do you control, right? That's a really great one right off the bat. You know, why are we afraid to let our children make their own choices? Why do our parents not trust us? Why are we having trouble? You know, just take anything I just said. Why are we having trouble co-creating with another? Why are we having trouble within our relationships, compromising and working together with somebody else, right? Because this is always about working together. Why am I not having success manifesting? Okay, there's so many things just from this reading where we can ask the question why. Great, any one of those and beyond are good for any journal questions here. So again, we're in a reflective type mode with and we're in a hermit mode. So it's a very good time to ask all of those questions and more. Okay, responsibilities, signal. Okay, so this is always about giving a signal, finding signs, seeing a signal to move forward. So your responsibilities are to move forward, but also make sure that you're on the right track, I would say. Oh, why do these always pop up like this? All right, trying to flatten them out so it looks okay on camera. Okay, yeah, so seeing a signal to move forward. You know, signal, I always think of like a traffic light. You know, red is stop, you know, green is go, yellow is proceed with caution. So it's kind of saying like, what's the green light to move forward? Once, you know, your responsibilities are to look for that, you know, and to pick up the signs and to pick up the subtle clues, things like that. So look out for signs, especially if you're like looking for something to change, you know, pick up the signs. Another thing that I can interpret on a more humanity type level, a human level, is body language. So this is coming up intuitively. Watch for body language this week, other people's body language. It will really help with communication. It will really help with your relationships, and it'll really help knowing whether you can move forward with something or not. So that's your responsibilities, is to kind of look out for that. So that's interesting. All right, money, finances, and career. You guys know I loop them together. Drum, dream, and journey. Yes. Okay. So, all right, money, finances, and career. Drum, dream, and journey. This is always about looking ahead. Okay. Yes, we can tie these two together here, because this is basically looking out for signs, but this is basically more manifesting. Okay, this actually has more to do with the co-create. So it's saying, what do we envision? What do we dream? What is the path that we can take, the journey to get to where we want to go? Money, finances, and career. Now, it's interesting that it's coming up in money, finances, and career, and then we're having an issue with it up here. So I'm going to put two and two together and say we might have issues with that this week. So I'm just going to be very clear with you guys. It feels a little disheartening with money, finances, and career for this week. And what I mean by disheartening is it almost feels like we can't get to where we need to go. Okay, it feels very frustrating. It feels very disheartening. It feels very unattainable. Okay, we're having issues seeing it. We're having issues actually making it happen. We're not actually, let me retract that. We're not having issues seeing it because we're able to see it in our mind's eye. We're able to visualize it. We're able to, see what we actually want. The clarity is not the problem. The problem is getting it, right? The problem is actually manifesting it and making it happen. So might be a couple of snafus at work, okay? We might get a little bit of a devastating news of some kind or something disheartening happens. I like that it's next to the signal because even if something disheartening happens, maybe there's a sign somewhere where it's Spirit is showing you that it's going to be okay. Okay, maybe there's a small example of this would be maybe you get you work for a company and all the departments around you are getting laid off, and you're really worried about your department being laid off as well. But the green light is that you just got your department got a, what's the word? Sorry guys, I don't work in corporate. You guys got like a bonus, or you got money thrown to your department where they're funding your apartment. They're funding your department, and yours is the only department that they funded. Okay, so that's a sign, right? That's a sign saying, oh, they see your department as a necessity for the company. They see what you do as valuable, right? So you're not going to get laid off, basically, based on that sign. That's a good way to kind of put these two together. So you have to look for the signs that everything is going to be okay, even if you're frustrated when manifesting what you want, money, finances, and career. Okay, so take a deep breath, you guys. Keep dreaming. Okay, keep visualizing and doing all your manifesting work towards what you actually want: career, money, finances. I have no doubts you can get there. It's just a rough week. That's all. I have confidence that next week is going to be a little bit better, but it just looks like a little bit of a rough week. That's all. All right, surprise. All right, we have Liberator. Okay, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. I love this. Liberator in the light is such a good card to get, especially under surprise, because after such a weird week that we're having, the Liberator is basically saying that whatever's happening this week, you feel free in some area of your life, especially from beliefs, outdated beliefs, or deep psychological programming, or the matrix, whatever you want to call it, right? It just feels like you feel free to express yourself differently, or to think differently, or believe differently, and it definitely frees you up. And so it's under surprise, so it comes kind of out of nowhere. And so we like that. So even if it feels like, it might be something you discover in Hermit, because you guys are going into Hermit mode, and you need to go in Hermit mode. Maybe you discover something about yourself with your reflection questions, and it liberates you, okay? There's a bunch of different ways how the liberation could manifest, could come to fruition for you guys. Guys, oh yeah, I didn't say this in the beginning. Down below, let me see your comments, okay? I'd love to hear how this stuff will, whether it resonates with you or not. Just if it doesn't resonate with you, that's totally fine. I like to hear that feedback too. I just ask that you guys be kind. So yeah, let me know, guys. I love when people are free. That's one of my values, is freedom. So freeing yourself of any burdens that you kind of have going on is always a positive thing in my book. So excited for you guys, and us, and me. I'm part of the collective. All right, we have friends here and now. Okay, so this is about being present. Okay, so be present with friends. It's so funny. I was just reading earlier about a digital detox for the new year. This would not be a bad idea here. Put down your phones when you're with friends. Really pay attention. Be present. Even though we have the Hermit, doesn't mean that you can't hang out with a friend or two. Anytime we see the Hermit, sometimes it signals to, maybe more one-on-one connection would be best. But whatever it is, if you're in a social setting at all, putting your phone down would not be a bad thing, and staying as present as possible would be beneficial. Okay, Romantic connection, we have gratitude. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. Being grateful, feeling blessed for your romantic partner, showing them your appreciation would not be a bad idea this week. Yeah, not too much more I could say here. All right, what's important, even though all of this stuff seems important, right? Animal guardian, trust your instincts. Always important, trusting your instincts, trusting your intuition. Do I have to say more? So trust your intuition this week. You're being called to do so. Anytime it comes under important, though, sometimes it's more of an emphasis on intuition than logic. So just keep that in mind, even though both are important. Okay, warrior. God damn. Another good one I love. Warrior. You guys know I love the warrior card. The archetype has been very dear and near to my heart. It's been the one I've been playing myself. The last 3.5 years. Strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Okay, meaning we're getting through on a healing journey. It means you're being a badass this week, extra badass when it comes to your healing journey, whether you're on a spiritual journey, in some kind of spiritual crisis or awakening journey, mental, physical, whatever it actually is. You're killing it with your wellness. Maybe you're just killing it on a wellness practice. Maybe, I know it's the new year, so I guess we can call it halfway. Yeah, it's technically halfway. We're halfway through January. Maybe you're killing it with your workout routine. I don't know. This could look differently for everybody, but you are conquering what you're afraid of, and you're conquering, your demons, and you're doing the damn thing, and you guys should be really proud. So I love to see this. That means it's going to be a pretty good week for me. Maybe no flares, as we like to call them in the chronic illness community, but yeah, I'm killing it. I'm kicking ass, and so are you guys. Be proud of yourselves. Okay, overall outcome, we have yang. Okay, so that's masculine energy. Interesting. All right, so nothing here screams masculine energy for the most part. So it almost is, and yeah, so the one. All right, so I would say like more towards the weekend, it's definitely going to feel more like we're going to get stuff going. So I would say that probably this, going into the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's going to be a very social weekend. Actually, yeah, it's going to be like not necessarily social, can be, but could also be getting things done, like more productive type. So let's put it this way. Let yourself feel whatever you need to feel during the week, because it's kind of a weird, odd week with all these kind of energies kind of coming up. We're feeling oversensitive. We're feeling overstimulated. We feel like we need to, retreat and recharge. We feel like we need to, we're over controlling. We need to figure that stuff out. There's a lot of stuff going on that we really need to take care of, basically. So it's a lot, okay? And so I'm not telling you guys what to do. I never tell you guys what to do, but it wouldn't be a bad idea if maybe, to deal with a lot of this, you guys take off like a day during the week or set out like a good chunk of time to just be, especially for that reflective energy up there, because by the weekend, you'll be productive again. Okay. You'll be up to, getting things done, getting your errands done, things like that. So give yourself like a chill time during the week with all these things kind of coming up. Because the energy does feel a little heavy. And what I mean by heavy, I don't mean like dark or chaotic or anything. It just feels like you have a lot of things to take care of in a way. And a lot of like that reflective type energy kind of coming through, just to like recharge. So definitely yang by the weekend, basically. definitely doing stuff and back to like routines and things like that on the weekend. So give yourself a break this week is what I'm trying to say. All right, guys, I think it's a lovely week. I never see things as like good or bad. Everything, leads to growth and lessons learned and all that good stuff. So it just feels like this week is a little tougher and a little bit odd, odd man out type energy that I know you guys can handle, because we have the warrior card here. So I have no doubts. All right, guys, I hope you have a good week. And again, comments down below, and I will see you for the next week. Bye.